Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to talk about more about my Zepbound journey, and specifically the full 4-month review, and also the first full month review of me being on the clinical dose of 5 milligrams. It was overall a really great month for weight loss, and there were some side effects. We'll get there, but nothing that wasn't short-lived and manageable. And let me just start off by saying that for me, 5 milligrams was a powerhouse compared to the 2.5 milligrams. I know I had shared in my previous videos that for me, being on the 2.5 milligrams for a full 3 months, I have no regrets of doing that. I feel like it gave my body a good amount of time to adjust to the medication. I am not looking for short-term gains. I'm trying to change for the long haul. So I'm in no rush for my weight loss, and I would rather go slowly rather than quickly dose increase, especially if it didn't give me the benefits that I needed and I was doing better at the lower doses. So in my last video, which I'll link down below for month 3, I did talk about that I had been actually 4 days into month 4 on this new 5 milligram dose. And I was energetic and feeling great and hoping that there would be no lethargic crash similar to what I had experienced when initially starting the medication at the 2.5 in general. But alas, it did happen. So I had to jot it down, but it was during month 4. So again, for me, that start of the 5 milligrams, it was in between, let's see, a week and a half in. So about a week after my last video where I was all hopeful, a week and a half into that 5 milligram dose. And then it lasted to about the start of week 3. So it was about, like a week and a half of just feeling tired, feeling lethargic. And then in the middle of that time period, there was 2 days where it was a weekend during that time where it was beyond tiredness for me. It felt like I had the flu, like very intense body aches. You know how you can get that when you have the flu. I had no fever, nothing else. It wasn't an illness or a virus. I was able to rule out anything else. I really think it was the Zepbound itself where I felt like I couldn't get out of bed. I had to, again, cancel plans that I had. I felt terrible about it. I tried using ibuprofen, over-the-counter things to kind of help me just to feel less achy, and nothing was working. I think I slept for at least 24 hours, maybe into the next day, up to 48 hours. So it was beyond even just feeling tired to my body was just all aches. So that wasn't fun, but it was short-lived. So at least that was the case. Okay, so outside of feeling that, like I said, it did pass quickly. It just felt intense in the moment. And I just wanted to share that with you all in case anyone experiences that, because it seems like it's one of the listed could be a side effect, but not typically. So another not typical side effect, but it can happen. So if you ever feel like the flu and achy and just intense lethargy, almost like I felt like somebody filled up my whole body with like cement or something. It was that bad, that it could be due to the medication. And again, it was the dose increase for me. But that went away. So other than that, I had no nausea. I had, like I mentioned in my prior video with the 5 milligrams, an instant, it's like a powerhouse. It was instant. The day of or the next day, I was like in complete control of my appetite again. no food noise, back to when I originally started the medication, feeling in total control. And I am at the very end of the month now, the month 4, and I feel the exact same. I did not lose any, I didn't lose any momentum in that department. I feel the exact amount of appetite control as when I started this month. So that was really great news too. And I lost, so at the start of the month, I mentioned in my prior video that I already had lost 3 pounds. I don't know, like right away, which is great. And then I lost an additional 5. So for month 4, I've lost 8 pounds, which is really great. And I am down 22 pounds. Again, my goal weight is 130. Or sorry, it is not 130. My goal weight is 30 pounds. Yeah, 130. No, that's not for me. That's like high school weight. Oh my gosh, the numbers. No, my goal is 30 pounds to lose total. I am down 22 pounds. I started at 187 and I am 165. I am super happy about it. I feel great. I have more energy. I still have lifts in the brain fog, and I am so happy that I went on this journey. I have no regrets whatsoever. So I only have about another 8 pounds to lose in total to reach my goal. And when I get to that point, I'm hoping maybe this will be next month. I can come back and tell you that maybe in month 5 I reached my goal, because that is, the pace that I've been at. That would not be unheard of, and maybe I don't have to go up in dose ever again. That would be kind of cool. But then I have to look into the whole maintenance thing, because I know there are options with that. I don't know if anybody has hit their maintenance point or kind of knows what their plan would be or what they've tried, but that would be helpful if you want to add in the comments for me, because I don't really know what I'm going to do at that point. I originally had been seeing a physician in person when I started my journey out, just of weight loss in general, not my GLP-1. And if you go back to my first video, I talk about how the appointments were just multiple hours long, and I didn't feel like that physician ended up helping me, which is why I just was I've already been kind of cleared for the GLP-1 medications, because that's what she was going to do as my next step after trying phentermine, which is an oral med, and after adjusting for other things and getting my hormones tested and everything. That was her next step anyways. And so I did end up going to a company called RO, and for me, it had been really easy to order the medication through their website. I am not promoting it by any means. For me, it's been easy, but I don't get anything by saying that, and I don't know about any of the other online services, but it's definitely... It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be a lot more, intense steps. And for me, it was just kind of filling out a couple of forms and a couple of steps. And there is a physician that does follow you, but it's not intense. I will tell you that. You have to be honest about reporting any underlying conditions or health concerns, and you really have to self-report your weight and other ththings that you've tried. So they do collect that information, but I could see people, not being honest about it. I was, and they also will ask you for a picture, a starting image, that they know you're at least a real person who is about the weight that you're reporting. I digress. My point being, I don't have a one-on-one in-person doctor who is giving me advice on what I would do at the time of maintenance. But I do know kind of what the options are as far as, generally speaking, do I stay at the 5 milligrams? Do I go to a lower dose? Do I go off the medication altogether? Probably not that option. I think what I'm going to do is probably stay at the 5 milligrams and see what happens. But I could see, if I'm on that for a very long period of time, possibly titrating down. My understanding is this is a lifelong medication for many, if not all people. So maybe I will just stay on it. anyway, that's just my brain dump for when I hopefully get there soon. But again, so a shared total weight loss, again, down 22 pounds. This last month, it has been 8. Super happy with how everything's been going. Yes, there has been some bumps in the road with side effects, but for me and my experience, they always pass. So it's only been really starting the med and increasing the dose and some little hiccups along the way. But right now, I feel like everything's stabilized. I'm back to my, having energy, no more stomach side effects whatsoever. For me, I think it was month 2 that I had like that week or 2 of loose stools, back all the way in month 2, but now nothing stomach related. Is there anything else I had to say? No. Excited to see what happens next month. And I really I have a message, which is like, I'm a small YouTuber, and I just started like sharing videos about my past relationship and marriage and some of the things that I've gone through in my life. And this just became kind of a natural progression of, I started going on a weight loss journey and sharing these videos. And I'm still super small, but I never, even my past video got a lot of views for me. And I was just really touched by the people that have reached out, has shared any part of their journey or have added any comments. I've really enjoyed following other people's journeys too. And that was kind of what I had hoped for, is building a community. So I guess that is all to say, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, for watching, even if it's just to gain some small bits of information, or whether it's to kind of figure out what's right for you, or to feel like, you're not alone in this journey, which you definitely aren't. These medications are becoming more and more destigmatized, and that's something that I really hope to do as well as I've spoken about destigmatizing just being overweight, having control, what things have been said to us, in the media and through other people, like who would just term those trying to lose weight that can't as just being lazy or not having self-control. And nothing could be further for the truth in the grand majority, if not all cases. So I'm glad that this is becoming more of a more holistic approach, and that people are having a better understanding of like, this is not just, I just need to exhibit a little more control so I don't eat that, last cookie or something. It's not that at all. It's multifactorial, genetics play into it, hormones, age, access to care, your income, your support system, your metabolism, there's so many factors, and I'm all for everyone supporting each other. Don't judge somebody else until you've walked in their shoes at least a little bit. And please, you continue to be open-minded on everybody's journey, no matter what they pick, if it's medication related or not. But thanks again. And I wish you all well on your own journeys, and I appreciate you all. Okay, bye.